Welcome to another episode of the Moore Center Community Spotlight. I'm your host, Teresa Dinesi. The Moore Center is a nonprofit organization who prides itself on its relationships with its community partners. Today, we're excited to speak with one of those partners, Piper Runnion Bareford of the Manchester Community Music School. Welcome.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
So you're the executive director of the Community Music School. Tell us a little bit about that role.
Yep, I just took over as executive director in September, so I'm brand new to the role. But it seems like my job is mostly to oversee our programming, do a lot with developing the educational pieces of it, and then I oversee the staff and work with them to do our outreach programs, and then I get to be the face of the organization to the community.
So you have a lot of different roles.
Yeah,
there.
It seems like that's the best part, is that it's never boring.
So do you provide music programs for different community groups? Tell me a little bit about what you do and how that sort of relates to the Moore Center.
Yeah, so we do. We offer private music lessons and music therapy, and that's our primary connection with the Moore Center is music therapy. And so we've had a long-term partnership with the Moore Center for more than 10 years.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
So you interact with the men and women that we support who have developmental disabilities.
Yep.
And you do certain programs with them. Could you talk a little bit about what those programs are like?
Yeah, about 2 years ago, the Moore Center started coming to the music school for music therapy groups, and that's been wonderful because they come to us. And so we have about 4 groups a week, so maybe 30 to 40 individuals come, and they participate in music therapy in a group setting. So they'll come in and they do like emotional and social support through music.
Wonderful.
And yeah, it's really wonderful.
Are they like certain periods of time, like for an hour, or how long do they usually come for?
Yeah, I think they're about 45 minutes.
Yeah,
that they come. And they come in and they'll have their snacks and do other things in the building while they're there and have their music therapy group. And
great.
Yeah.
Doing good? Doing good? Well, what did you do this week? I worked at some baseball. She worked at some baseball. Okay. You enjoyed this job? Yeah. Good. It's great to like. Oh, do. Ready? I'm gonna see if I can do it. I didn't switch hands though. That's pretty good though. Pretty good anyway?
How does that sort of impact your team with working with the men and women that the Moore Center supports?
Well, we've loved it because they come in and they're there a couple days a week, and they'll come in and they sit down and they have their snack, and our staff will be interacting with them. They always bring some great news or story or something to tell us each time they come in. And like a good example is one day they came in. They often use our gym for exercise, and so they came in and we hadn't cleaned it yet because we had just had a big party in there, and so none of their space was ready. And they came in. We were all a little stressed because we were like, "Oh no, we gotta get everything ready." And they came in and they were so excited to help us clean.
Wonderful.
Just joyful. Like our whole day changed because they were so anxious to help us. And I think that's a big piece of our partnership is that mutual learning.
It sounds like it's kind of a big family environment over there.
That's kind of like the music school, but yeah, they've become a real part of our family.
Wonderful.
Yep.
What do you think is the best thing about working with the men and women that we support at the Moore Center?
I think that we have so much to learn from all abilities, and that there are different kinds of strengths. And so one of the things that I love about having our students and our families interact with individuals that come is that they get to see different strengths, and they get to become one, sort of social group that interact, and there's no difference.
So we all kind of learn from one another.
We learn from one another. We have something to give.
Certainly.
And music does that. We each have a part. We each have a voice.
Wonderful.
And so it gives a space for that.
I love that.
Yeah.
Well, Piper Runnion Bareford from Manchester Community Music School, we're so glad that you joined us today, and thank you so much for the relationship and being a partner of the Moore Center.
Thank you. It's great.
I'm Teresa Dinesi. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next time. The Moore Center is a nonprofit statewide organization with a legacy of serving others for over 60 years. We provide compassionate, high-quality, cost-effective services to people of all ages, from early intervention services for children, to programs and services for adults with developmental disabilities, to home care services for seniors wishing to remain independent in their own homes. We also provide training for the human services workforce. To learn more about this award-winning nonprofit organization and its rich history of creating opportunities for a good life, please visit us at morecenter.org.